if you look around in Nigeria, you see other nationals. You see the Lebanese, you see the Indians, you see the Chinese, and this group of people are actually thriving, if not making it economically. So if you have other nationals making it economically and they're developing, then what is wrong with Nigeria? So why is that excuse tenable?
I think it's unnecessary expectations when we go back home. We expect to have everything that we have here in Nigeria. And that's what one of the problems that we have when we go home. Another issue would be the family issues as well. When we came here, we didn't have anyone. We're coming to struggle to make it. But going back home, your family don't want you to come back home and start struggling again back home. They want you to come in with huge sum of money and build a big house and live there. So first of all, they discourage you from coming home. And when your family discourages you from coming home, it's really, really difficult.
I'll give you some cases so that you get an idea where all fit in. I took a group of investors to Nigeria, to a state in the West, to build a refinery on a BOT.
BOT is
build, operate, transfer.
Okay.
And with the intent of developing the first land and seaport. And coincidentally, the planner of that port got his doctorate degree from New Jersey. So he was well trained and happened to come from the state. Mm-hmm. The Chinese sent the number 2 man from one of their major oil companies, and the governor received us very well, and at the end delegated one of his special advisors on economic development to follow up, and we returned back for 6 months. 6 months. There was no correspondence from that gentleman, and at the end he wrote a very nasty, watery, not committal letter.
To you guys?
Yes. And at the end, these guys took it, ripped it, and threw it away. Another case in point, the Fort Mainland Bridge in Lagos, when one of the gentlemen was Minister of Works Commissioner a few years ago, now running for governor of a state I don't want to mention, contacted me through a mutual legal friend. And I got a 350-page pre-qualification questionnaires from one of the multinational developers out of China to them. This federal government spoke with them after that, after many months of no communication. 6 months, I received an email when the gentleman was running for governor. Somebody from the office wrote, "Oh, Mr. Ogbaba, we are very sorry. We've given the contract to somebody else." Of course, you know I also distributed beer here. I quit distributing for Nigerian breweries because I developed a program to be on television here. A project that would have cost multi-million. I didn't charge them a penny. At the end, they called and said they gave the contract to someone in London. So these are part of the experiences, like Dr. Tubusin was saying, that make some people apprehensive trying to deal. And many times I've sent proposals, like Rosie had also indicated, to governments there.
But what I hear you saying basically seems to be like
discrimination.
They don't have enough confidence that you can do what it is that you're saying that you can. Is that what it is?
You can qualify it as confidence, but again, it's self-interest. It's self-defeating interest. Because I've been told many times to bring a white face to represent me, and I've vowed since 1990 I will never do it. You either deal with me or you don't.
So if you had brought a white face, you are saying that they are more likely to go ahead with what it is that you. So isn't that speaking to the fact that they don't think that you know what you are doing then?
No.
Even though you have demonstrated in so many ways in this country that you actually know what you're doing. What do you think, Dr. Tubusin?
I believe that Nigerians are highly qualified. And what the so-called expatriate whites can do, Nigerians can do in their various fields.
Yes.
Of course.
I used to be a professor of philosophy. Many of my books were written here. They will stand head to head with any scholar in the world. I used to be a chair of a philosophy department.
We know that.
That means if I were to go to Nigeria, for instance, and I say, okay, I want to teach philosophy, and a white man comes, Nigeria, I'm not sure how they will react. But the knowledge is fungible. It's the same knowledge we all had.
Yes.
And in fact, many of our sons and daughters from Nigeria, when they were in colleges and universities here, were better than many of their Caucasians counterparts. I think there is something sinister going on, more than just saying Nigerians may not be qualified to do the job.
Something sinister on the part of whom? On the part of the government or on the part of the...
On the part of the government officials in Nigeria.
What do you think may be this
And
sinister
the
thing going on?
Nigerians too.
Because I'm a lawyer, I see things very sinisterly. What do I mean? We come from a society here where there is a law against corrupt practices by foreign corporations from the US going to do business in any other parts of the world. In other words, most of our men and women who have lived here for so long will not want to get involved in situations of bribes and corruption. And generally, business cannot be done in Nigeria and most of the third world without some level of corruption, some level of bribery, some level of nepotism, and all those kinds of things. And those kinds of things impede businesses and impede progress. If Nigeria is to move forward and attract its best and brightest, then they must flung that economic gate open and let the best and the brightest win. If that happens, many Nigerians will go back and contribute. I would love to go back and help the judicial system in Nigeria. I will want to go back and teach law students in Nigeria, lawyers in Nigeria, how best to practice law on the same level as the United States. However, the system must be receptive to the skills that we have acquired from abroad.